Hey there, how's it going everybody? Welcome back. We have another beautiful day out in the garden today. Everything's doing very well, but what I'm going to focus on primarily today is harvesting squash. We've got many different varieties of squash growing back here. Some of them not quite ripe yet, some of them a little past their prime. But regardless, I'm going to pull a harvest, talk about some of the different varieties we have growing here and how they can be used. So stay tuned. Definitely going to need the wheelbarrow today for this one. See, we got a couple spaghetti squash there, not quite ready to go yet. There's quite a few different squash flowers growing, and many people might not be aware, but the squash flowers are edible and they're quite delicious. We've already pulled a couple different harvests of these squash flowers from all the different plants growing back here and utilized them in our meals. My wife makes a really good soup using these flowers. There's a little baby squash growing. So over here, we've got what's known as a blue Hokkaido squash. This is a kabocha-like squash. Nice, thick, edible flesh on the sweet side, stores very well. Well, it looks like we just got the one on this variety today. We have been harvesting those over the last week and a half or so, so it's not surprising. So over here, we got the Mungo Guatemala squash. Absolutely gorgeous pattern on this squash here. Makes a great decorative squash. And these are all growing atop a hugelkultur here. A-hunting we will go, a-hunting we will go. A hunting we will go. Aha. So this one here is on the younger side, and this is how you want to harvest them for fresh eating. You can slice these up, prepare them like you would any other summer squash. Quite delicious. And once they get more mature, they're best for preserves, pies. You can also just use it as a decorative piece. Onward. Check it out. Some nice looking cantaloupes over here. Not quite ready yet though. So over here on the edge of this hugelkultur, we got some pumpkins. And I'm not sure of the variety. This is a volunteer. Looks like it may have crossed with something. It's got a kind of a speckled look. I'm going to go ahead and take some of these off of the vine. I'm going to be cleaning up this area a bit, chopping back this vine, so good time to pull a harvest. So we'll have to experiment with these and see just how edible they are, but you can always go ahead and bake up some pumpkin seeds for a snack. Make pies out of these. Hello ladies. You enjoying that cool little breeze today? Check out this butterfly. Isn't that gorgeous? So this butterfly here is known as the tiger swallowtail. And not only is it beautiful, it's actually quite friendly. I had an experience with one last year that I documented. If you want to check it out, I'll include a link to that video below. As long as I'm over here. Just getting a constant flow of ripe figs off this Peter's honey. That wasn't the best pick, but no matter. Now I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. This Peter's honey variety of fig, absolutely delicious. The best fig I've ever had. Let me open this one up for you guys to see. Here's to your health, everybody. Alright, let's keep going. Now before I get to harvesting this zucchini over here, just check out this Echinacea. This plant was grown, as all the other Echinaceas were, from seed. And you can see just how abundant they can get in one growing season. We got another butterfly. There's literally a bee on just about every single flower at the moment. Awesome. And look at over there, peeking behind the black vernissage tomato. Beautiful big red hibiscus. Take a closer look at that one a little later. For now, let's harvest some of this squash. Big old squash. And I know many folks are under the impression that once they get this big, they're no longer edible. That's not true. There's a few different dishes you can make with this and still enjoy them. One way is to make a stuffed baked zucchini. Just slice this in half, hollow out the middle, fill it with the stuffings of your choice, and bake it in the oven. Another way to utilize these larger, more mature zucchinis is to make a dish called zucchini butter. And for that, you just grate down the zucchini, and if you want to make it a healthier version, instead of butter, use coconut oil. Add a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic, saute that up. Makes a great side dish to any meal. You can put it atop toast if you like. Well, what do you know? I'll have to test those in a bowl of water, make sure they don't float, so I know that they're good to eat. Well, that looks like it'll do it for the squash harvest today. See, we got some little baby gourds starting to develop over here on this calabash vine. So here we've got a Honeycrisp apple. This is a young tree. I thinned out the fruit earlier in the season. Left a few on there so I could give it a taste test. And as you can see, a couple have fallen from the tree. Something pecked at that one. A little pecking on this one too. I think I'm either going to make a juice with these today or add them atop a salad. There is a lot more growing on. Just wanted to focus on the squash today. But here's a closer look at that big red hibiscus. Isn't that gorgeous? Look how big those flowers are. I'm going to be taking cuttings off this plant a little later in the season and propagating more of this variety. It's done extremely well in my garden here, zone 9B. And as a side benefit to its beauty, you can harvest the flowers, and this makes a delicious tea all by itself. Just add a little bit of hot water, let it steep for about 5-10 minutes. Love this. Well, I think I'm going to end today's video right there, so thank you all for watching. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll be talking to you again real soon. Cheers.